Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I'm here today kind of with some business first, and then we will finish making our Hinge journal that we started a while ago. I ordered some lace from Ephemera, and I'll show you the name just a second, and it'll be linked in my description box below this video. So let me see. That's the name of the shop. Ephemera, all one word, on Etsy. And she just has lots of cool like fabric trims. She does the ripped frayed fabric, and then she also makes ruffles and obviously vintage lace and what are these called, flashcards. Just all kinds of neat things that she has. But I ordered this really pretty lace, and it's super fine, which is awesome because it's good to, like, you know, put under something and have just sort of the edge part coming out, and it doesn't leave like big lumps and bumps and whatever you glue over the top of it. So it's exactly what I wanted. Thank you so much, Emily. And then she also sent a bag of goodies, and I'll show you because that'll give you an idea of kind of some of the stuff that she has. If I can figure it out. Set that on the side. All right, so like here's a Washington stamp and a flag and a Liberty Bell, so those are awesome. And then this is her card in her Etsy shop. Okay. And then there's like a score, you know, from a score tablet there for a game, a washi sticker here, an old Borden like coupon, or, you know, you might find a recipe with it, that kind of thing. And I'm not sure what that is, but that's cool because I do love my numbers. And then a page out of a, it looks to be like a gardening book, or, you know, they're showing you how to do the walkway. So that's fun. I love how it's yellowed. It's really cool. And then she did a, oh, the memories. Oh, like it's a Project Life card. I don't know why that's so hard for me to remember what those things are called. So thank you, Emily. I love all those little goodies. That's so kind of you. And she wrote me a little thank you, so very, very sweet. Thank you, thank you. So yeah, definitely run over and check her out, and I'll put her in the description box below the video as well. I have finished this journal, this Christmas journal, and it'll be in my shop, hopefully. Definitely by tomorrow. Trying today, but we'll see how that goes. I just listed a new digi, so I'm not sure if I'll get this in there, but anyway, this is the manila file folder that I covered with book page. This book page is from my Twin Peaks books that I got at the dollar store. It's in that one. I just liked it because it had all the pine trees and stuff. I put a piece of scrap felt on the spine. And then we, of course, have Santa, and this is one of those paper and fabric clusters that I've been making. And oh, it measures 9 by 6. I know that because, and it's just a one signature journal. And then in here we have the Edith Holden page that we made the pocket out of from that little Edith Holden book that I got. And I put a little piece of cluster here and just like a collage and just that red paper there, but it's nice with the holly. And then this tag, Good Tidings, with the fabric pieces that we made. So that's fun. And then this one has the little Tim Holtz guy on there and a quote from Mrs. Coggs. And I've mainly used my Letters to Santa and my Woodland Santa digis in this. This is vintage music paper that I've put on this part, and some ticking from Vintage Polka Dot Shop. And this is my Letters to Santa. And this is Medieval Mirage, some music paper. And this is Letters to Santa. That's Medieval Mirage. That's in her freebie. If you're a subscriber to her channel, you can get that digi. Thank you, digi. This is some beautiful coffee dyed paper from Melody, and then I added one of the clusters. This one's all fabric, but I stitched it onto the margin of the pages like I've been doing with the these. So I did it the same way. It's just all fabric instead of having, you know, paper and stuff in there as well. And glued that on. And this is my woodland Santa with a nice tree bark and stuff. And that one is, oh my goodness, that's mine, but I cannot remember which digi that one's in. I'll have to look, and I'll try to remember to list them all on there. And Medieval Mirage, and my letters to Santa, and some tea dyed from Melody. And this one's also letters to Santa. And this side is the woodland Santa and tea dyed paper. And then this is in my woodland Santa, these wooden backgrounds. And then in here, this is one of the pockets from Didi Farrago, and it's Didi Farrago on YouTube. She's doing that 3 and 30 challenge, or 3 and 15, don't freak out before Christmas. And this is one of the pockets that she did, so definitely go check out Didi if you want to see how to do this pocket. And then this is the tag that's in that back pocket. And there's this one, and that's an image from TaylorMade Journals. And a little tiny one with she's also from TaylorMade Journals, and some fabric and music paper there. And they're all backed to write on. So that was super fun. You could also make this a tuck here or have another spot behind, but I figured that was enough for me on there. Woodland Santa. And this is Ali the Cockney Crafter's Chai Mocha. Mocha Chai. I can never remember. I'm sorry, Ali. I stink at that. And then this is in my woodland Santa. And this is my letters to Santa. Oh, yeah, letters to Santa, and this is woodland Santa. And a doily, and some very nice coffee dyed paper. And that's letters to Santa. And Mocha Chai. And then this was the Papercraft Digital, is what they're called on Etsy. And this tag here with some vintage ledger on the back and quotes from Mrs. Coggs. And then this is in my woodland Santa digital with the tag that goes in it. And I just added a quote from Mrs. Coggs and some fabric, you know, the bottom of the fabric with the numbers and all that. That's Ali's Mocha Chai, and this is my letters to Santa. That's Medieval Mirage. Some ledger paper. That's new ledger paper. I mean, I'm sure you can tell. And then this is that little pocket that we made together that goes over the page. So I'll just show you this side, and then I'll show you this side. So see, this side's just like, looks like a fabric cluster kind of thing up there. And you could also tuck something up under there as well, because it's just on here with a paper clip that I just put a piece of fabric on. And then this is our little pocket. And that's backed and stitched around, and a little one of those clusters again, and then that's the side with all the fabric, but there's also like a little hidden tablet here to write on, so kind of a little hiding spot to write. So put that back over that. And then this is my woodland Santa digi. And that's my letters to Santa. And then this is one of those Christmas cards that I altered from, and these are just from Walmart, but you could get them from the dollar store. If you have a vintage card you want to use, that's another fun way to do it. And then I just collaged all over the inside of it so that you can write on it. And this is just a collage up here. It's not a tuck or anything. And that's that Papercraft Digital. And this is from my old paper, the second set old paper. And this is Woodland Santa. And that's my old paper second set. Papercraft Digital, Ali's. And there's the other side of the greeting card, and then on this side of it I put some of the Woodland Santa. I just did a collage, so you can write on it or whatever. And that's my letters to Santa, Woodland Santa. This is in Woodland Santa too, this tree bark here. That's the Papercraft Digital, ledger paper, Medieval Mirage, letters to Santa. So there's lots of writing space still in this journal. It's fairly lightly decorated. There's a collage pocket that I made, and then we did this together. It's been a bit, but it was one of the ephemera pieces that I made. So that's a fun set of 3 tags there. And Allie's Mocha and Chi, letters to Santa, nice coffee dyed paper, doily, Woodland Santa, letters to Santa, and the pocket that we made together. I decided I would, that's kind of like a little envelope. I just decided to go ahead and make it sort of like a belly band, and inside there's these 3 pieces that you can write on. I like to see that Santa, he's cute. And the Santa peeking in the window there. So it just tucks into that little tab to hold it, and then this is the tag that goes back behind here. And Woodland Santa, and that's some of Melody's tea dye, and this is the Woodland Santa, and I made these, this was a Didi Farrago. She used the different shape, they're more like the label shape pieces, but I just used tags, but made, you know, did the same style of thing to have the little hiding spot where you can write a note. And this does come all the way out too, so it's not like you can only pull it out so far. You can pull it all the way out, right on it, and then, you know, put it back inside, and then it's just got the paper clip to hold it on there, and some fabric stitched at the top. And that's my Woodland Santa, letters to Santa, Melody's tea dye. That's letters to Santa. And then this is one of the little pockets that I did, that I got the idea from Didi Farrago again. Is that one going to be stuck in there now? See, they were fine, but then when you glue them down, sometimes they get stuck again. They just have to be coaxed out. Let's see, where are we stuck at here? My goodness. Well, I will fix that. I don't know what it's stuck on, and I don't want to tear it right now trying to figure it out. Is that all it was? Oh, it was just one little spot. I just was scared to tear the paper, so this is what's in that pocket. And then this is a altered playing card, and I think I did those in a video as well. Woodland Santa, and that's Melody's, and Medieval Mirage. And then this is the little tri pocket that we just did the other day that folds out like that. And then there's 3 journaling cards in here. And some of these I left, you know, more blank than others. I mean, this tea-dyed paper from Melody is so pretty and nice and soft. You could definitely write right there. And then on this side, you can also do a little bit of writing. So those were fun to make. And then this just twine that goes around the back, just so it doesn't flop open all the time, because that could get real annoying. Music paper, Medieval Mirage there, and then my letters to Santa. This is one of the fabric pockets that we did together. And then that tag. And then this is one of the fabric tags. Yeah, and it's signed up there. So that one will be in my shop probably by the time, you know, this video goes up and all that. Let's set that out of the way. And then I have a new digital called Blue Winter, and so it's mainly just a winter kit. So if you like, you know, having something to make it winter, but you're usually getting Christmas, maybe you don't celebrate Christmas or whatever, this is another option because it's just winter. There's no real anything Christmas. So, and like I've got January and stuff like that on there. But so you get this page with the kiddos, and then so you'll get these pages without images. You know, it'll be the same background, basically plain, so that you can write on them and everything. And then you'll get them with the kids. So like you could take this one with that's a little bit more plain and put it on the back of that one, is kind of the reason that I do that, so that you've got, you know, more things to work with, or you can collage with them or whatever. So I'm going to actually set this on this side. I'm like, I don't have enough room and I don't want to move it out of screen, so there's that one. And this one cracks me up with these ladies ice skating. It's like they're trying to race each other almost. And here's this lady with her kiddo in the, it's not really a buggy because it's on skids like for ice. So it's kind of cool. And there's that one. And these have been all hand collaged and painted and all of that. So these aren't computer generated. I do these myself by hand and then just scan them. And there's these ones. I like this lady. She's making a snowball right there. Look at the look on her face. It's cute. And the little girl's cute. And then there's this one. And I've printed all these, the pages, on parchment paper, and then the ephemera is on like a lightweight cardstock. Winter longing. I don't know that I ever long for winter, but maybe when it's super hot I think I do, but then it gets cold and I'm like, nope, we can go back to the hot. There's that one. I love this old photograph with the snow and everything. It's really cool. And these kids on the sled. And this kid with this toboggan, that's a pretty fancy toboggan. It's got a like a pillow and everything to sit on. My dad had a toboggan, but it was not that fancy. This is one of those envelope covers, so you can cut these spots out and put it over a legal size envelope. And let me see if I can find one. It's just these regular legal size ones that this works on. But if you have a different size envelope that just has this similar opening, or close anyways, you could still use a portion of this and like tear it off however much you want, like if you just want that much, and put it on there, and then you know, do collage everywhere else, or however. But that's what this particular one is made for. And these are just the regular ones, like you can get them at Walmart. They're just the legal size with the window in there. And they measure, they're the number 10. And they're 4.13 inches by 9.5 inches. So that's them. And then you have a page of just, you know, you can use how you can fussy cut these out if you want, or you can just use them as they are, kind of thing. This blizzard of 1888 looked awful. I found more things about that blizzard of 1888. It was horrible. It's kind of like a few years ago we call it Snowmageddon. We had Snowmageddon and it was horrible, which is what that kind of looks like. So anyway, and then there's these tags, and there's another tag down here. They're kind of hard to see. I think you guys can see the separation there, but there's the large tag. This is a tag, this is a journaling card, and they're like 4 different size tags there in a journaling card. And I kind of decided to leave these more plain. Like a lot of times I put images of the people and whatever that I used in the kit, but I discovered I don't use those very often myself because I want to add other things to them, but I don't want to cover up, you know, the images. So then I just tend not to use them. So I think these might be a little bit better because you can add stuff on top of it and, you know, make it how you want it. These ones I did put the kids, but you could still add a cluster of like a saying or fabric or something on there. And then that tag does have the toboggan and the little girl with the sled there. But yeah, and then the owls, they were just pretty. So I put those in there. All right, so that is that kit. And that is in my Etsy shop right now. So I did a little more work on my Hinge journal here, so I thought we could just maybe finish it up. Let's see, where did I added one of the fabric pockets that we made the other day that has the fabric tag in there. And so I liked that there. And this has also, so I need to make some kind of tag or something to go in there. And that's one of Rachel at Roxy Creations straw paper pockets or coin pockets or whatever you want to call them. And then that's card, and that one's all collaged on the inside and on the back. Okay, so this is kind of where we're at. So I'm going to add this one here, and it's done like that. So I'm going to add what I want. Can't remember what I was thinking here. I think it was these ones, since I had them in there. Just adding the hinges. Oh, and somebody was asking me how to do the hinge part, and so I wanted to make sure that I didn't finish this one up entirely today, just to make sure. So all I'm doing is I take some, this is like scrapbook paper that's pretty lightweight. It's not a heavy weight, but it's thicker than, like, you know, parchment paper or copy paper or something like that. Just a little bit heavier, just because this is going to be opening and closing, you know. So you don't want to go too thin on the paper that you put there. And I make, like, these are like 2x2 squares, but you can make things like this too, where you just tear out a section. I mean, I try to get, like, in this particular journal, because it's a little taller, I'm using 2 hinges every time I put hinges on. But a lot of the smaller journals, I just use 1 hinge, like right in the middle. But it's this one I decided to do too. But you can make them out of whatever, just scrap paper. You can just use up, you know, scraps that you've got. And I do ink them because, like, you can see them through the spine and all that. So I do like them inked up. But you don't have to do that. You can just put them on. And then I use Aleene's tacky glue to put them on with, just because I really like the way it sticks. It really holds well. And I can move them for a minute if I need to, because sometimes when you're, you know, adjusting it to work right in the journal, sorry, I got it all stuck on my fingers. You know, you just need to be able to move it for a minute. So that's why I don't use, like, the art glitter glue. And then I just stick them down. I'm trying to figure out where did I put the hinges before on this one, so that I kind of get them close to the same general area. Okay, it came down a little bit, so I'll go about right there. And I just want to meet that edge. So a lot of times what I do is hold it and push it down flat on the table and kind of push the hinge down, you know, flat against the board as well. And then I'm just running my hand back and forth on there just to get it all stuck down. But you just want to keep this as flat as you possibly can while you're adding cards to it. So that's really all the hinges are. I mean, they're truly just hinges. So did I get that one? Yeah. I thought I got the Santa upside down. I'm like, I wouldn't put it past me. I put one of the pages on upside down already today, so anything's possible. And then I'll just take another one. And you can put the hinges wherever you want. If you like them closer to the top, put them closer to the top. That part doesn't really matter. Or if you just want to do one, just do one. I just decided on this particular journal to do 2 each time I did it because, like I said, the pages are a little taller. But it's not like necessary to do that. And then on this side, I mean, using 2 hinges is good because you're going to have less of a problem with it, like wanting to sway one direction or another as you're making it. And since all these pages are the same size, I basically just have to come on here and just try to line it up top and bottom. So I'm going to take my hands on, on both sides and make sure it's meeting top, bottom, not sticking up too high at the top or too low at the bottom. And then again, just keep it flat against the table. Don't pull it this way, don't pull it that way. Just try to really stay flat, because otherwise you're going to end up with a spine that's like, at a slant. You want to try to keep it as flat as possible. Because you see the gaps, there are going to be gaps, especially because I have that like envelope in there, and I added that extra hinged area. Right here is where you can see the largest gap. So yeah, and I don't worry, like some of the hinges are higher or lower, that doesn't matter, because a lot of times I end up putting like fabric over the spines anyway. So it's really not, but you could leave it like that if you like that, the little bit more of a grungy look or whatever. Okay, and then I'm going to add this one. And that one, I think I was going to use these torn ones. Put the lid on the glue before it drips all over my table. So I haven't even said yet, I hope you guys are having a good day. I apologize. I always get in that mode of like, okay, I got to remember this and this and this, and if I don't say it now, I'm never gonna say it and never remember. So I apologize. That was rude. But yeah, I hope you're having a good one and everything's going well. Everybody's healthy. We're all healthy here, so that's awesome. And thank you guys for recipes. A few of you have sent me recipes, which is awesome. That's super fun to see what other people are making. And Carol Laws, hi Carol, she I mentioned that we were having tacos that night, that I didn't know, I was struggling with what to make and all that. And she says she's never had a taco. I never even thought about that. I guess living here, we eat so many different types of foods, in America, that it never dawned on me that there's places where you don't have, like tacos. We can just, I could go get a taco right now. It's just kind of funny, the difference in, where you're at or whatever. Never really thought about it. Because we eat Chinese food and Mexican food and, American, Italian, and just all of it. So it's funny. But that's just because that's the way this country is. But I know other countries are not. So, but I never had thought about it when she said she'd never had a taco. And, and you mentioned that you had cottage pie, and I've never heard shepherd's pie called cottage pie. So that's another difference. It's the same thing, and I have had shepherd's pie before. It's very good. But I never have heard it called cottage pie. So yeah, it's very interesting getting to know people, from all over. It's super fun to see some of those, the sameness of it and the differences. It's very interesting. So I appreciate that, Carol. That was fun. Yeah, I looked up cottage pie last night and I'm like, oh, I've had cottage pie. Didn't know it was called cottage pie. Yeah, I do love tacos and all that. Super good. Definitely worth looking into, Carol. Alright, and I'm just going to stack this again and get it as even as possible. Yeah, I really enjoy doing these with the greeting cards. It's just kind of a fun way, you know, to do it. I do like having different sizes though, so that is a little bit different, but this one's turning out pretty neat, so I like it. Oh, and go check out Allie the Cockney Crafter if you haven't. She used my Winter Wonder, the winter kit that I put out last year, and made a Hinge journal, and it turned out really cool. And she goes through, you know, the whole process, and so that was really fun to see how she did that. These. And it turned out gorgeous. Oh my gosh, she added lots and lots of, she did more of a shabby winter, Christmas, whatever you might want to call it. She's quite a few different kits of mine, but the main one was that Winter Wonder from last year. And yeah, very pretty. Oops. Oh, another thing I gotta do is figure out what I'm gonna put around the outside of this one. So may not finish it today because I will also make a bag for it. I'm just seeing where we're at. 32. I forgot to get the middle. Sometimes it can crack just a little bit. And like I said, these are all just scrapbook paper scraps that I guess it doesn't matter. I can turn it over the other way. Did the wrong side first. I just find it easier to stack onto the pages I already have. But I suppose you could put it on this one first. It's just this is the way I like to do it. And again, I'm just putting my hand there to make sure it's all the way, you know, down. Alright, so make sure that it's wanting to be kind of not, it's wanting to be lopsided. We don't want it lopsided. Okay, and then make sure I get this going the right direction. And again, in this one I used Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah's Festive Frolics mainly. I have, you know, there's some like scrapbook papers and a few other papers in there, but that's mainly what I used. So I'll try to remember to link that as well. Okay. I got that kit last year, but it's super cute, so And then I've used a lot of like vintage music page and ledger page and all that. Oh, you got to be careful too, and remember to go in and open it back up, because sometimes the where you put the glue on the hinges, you know, it wants to stick to the other page. So okay, so I'm going to grab my little box of goodies. I guess it's a basket of goodies, not a box of goodies, but to find a few little pockets to put in there. So these are the ones that like Dee made. They're these style with a little note spot in there. And then she put the paper clip on the back. I haven't on this one yet because I thought these could also be fun tucks, because you could like just glue down, you know, along this side and along the bottom a little bit, and you could still open and close that. So yeah, I haven't decided on all of them if I want them as tucks or what. So I left them without anything particular. Just trying to see. I don't even remember totally what all I've got here. I think I just want, I know there was a little bit smaller pockets I thought I did. Oh, that would be cute in there. Do one of those. Oh yeah, these ones were littler. Okay. So let's see what we can do with this. I like that snowman on the front. He's cute. So we have one little pocket here with our partridge in a pear tree, and I'll probably stitch around that tag a little bit. And then I also put one of these tight style pockets here. And I put our little tags that we made together the other day. I've got that pocket. These are kind of good writing spots is the only thing I'm thinking. I don't know if I want to cover those. That could be a journaling card too. It is going to need more pockets. That one wouldn't be bad there. I need this one. What do I use? Should probably stick with this style paper since that's kind of what I used in the front. You could do this one this way as well. Oh, I think that's the way it was supposed to be. Yeah, see? So maybe that would be better. Does this still fit in there or no? No, I'll have to make a card to go in there. Yeah, I think I'm going to put that one there like that. And these were, I don't know if Dee did these, but I was inspired to do these. I think she did these sort of double styled ones this direction, and I did mine this direction. So I decided to do some, you know, that direction with just like a single pocket. I don't know, she might have done these too. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a while since I made some of these. We could add a little something to it. I think I'm going to go ahead and go all the way around just because this isn't the thickest paper. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and not make it into yet another pocket. Come on. Alright, so let's find a little something to put on that. From my crazy box. Can't remember who was talking about my crazy box. It is crazy. It's so full of tons of junk. Oh, he's so cute, that Santa. I'm not sure how to, he looks like he's coming out of like torn paper or something. That would be kind of fun. But then that's just taking away more of the writing space, isn't it? I put it here and put like, but this will all get covered, so we don't want to put a saying under him. But he could be coming up over the top of something. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to try to find a piece of paper that would just be sort of fun to put with him. Like this December 1903 piece or something. I don't know. You're gonna miss all that kind of. You won't even be able to see it. I guess he doesn't really have to have anything behind him. He can just look like he's tearing out of that, obviously, but I just felt like he needed something there. I just don't know what. It's kind of cool because it's got 1902, 1901. I just needed a little something else to make it stand out a little bit more. So yeah, if you haven't tried these Hinge journals and you're new to junk journals, they're kind of a fun thing to do because you don't have to have, anything in particular. Like these are just greeting cards and covered with paper, and you can use scrap of paper or whatever you want. You don't have to have anything special. So they're kind of a good place to start, and they do make fun gifts. Because a lot of times people might want to keep some sort of Christmas memory or whatever journal, but you don't need a gigantic journal to do that generally, unless you're going to keep like multiple years in it or something. So you could put a few pictures and write down a few things and have a nice little keepsake. Okay, let me see. Got a few words up here. Do I have anything good? Got Christmas decorations. Snow. Do excitement. And again, and I know I've said it every time, but I get new people all the time, so I don't want to leave people out. These are words cut out of books or torn out of books. Either way, it works. And then glued onto, you know, like this is, I think these were game pages or something, you know, for keeping score, or sheets. That's the word. And I just would tear them out and glue them, and that's a good thing to sit and do, like watching TV or whatever. And they're just kind of fun to add to stuff. There's that. I don't have a card yet, but we'll work on that. Where else do I want to put a pocket? I think I want to put a pocket on this page. I want one that big. And it's kind of a good spot for one because, and this paper is from Hobby Lobby, if you're wondering where I got that paper. Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's do that one. And this is just a little envelope. Let me ink this first. Save this one. I'm not sure if I want to use that one yet. Okay. Just want to get rid of the white edges and stuff. And I'll have to make a couple of like tags or journaling cards for that. And this one, again, you could leave the back open or a side open or whatever and just put glue in certain spots, but for this little book I'm just going to do, I don't want it to get too fat because it's just not. That's one thing when you're doing the Hinge journals, sometimes you don't want them to get too fat because it puts a lot of pressure on those hinges. Try to get it even between the two hinges. And it's kind of good to do this, put the pocket over it like that is fine because it's going to strengthen that hinge anyway. Did I get that totally crooked? A little bit. Okay. So the next step that I would do, you know, I'll make those tags and things to go in those pockets. So this one fit in here. That one would probably fit in there. Fine. And then I would take a piece of fabric and put it over the spine here. Do I have time to do that? And then I will put it into a bag. I think I have a big enough bag. Like, you know, I'll decoupage over this bag. And this is one that I got in Happy Mail. So it does have like a little sticky right there, but I probably will add something over the top of it. So I'm not that worried about that. But yeah, some type of bag for it to go into. I may just make a bag if I don't want to use that one. Let's see. Pasha, you look like you're up to no good. What are you doing? I don't think this is wide enough. Probably will be. So yeah, I usually do something, you know, on the spine, and then I also do something that'll tie around it, like a doily with a tie, that type of thing that comes off. So you'll get to see it when it's all finished, but that's kind of the way I do these. Where did I put my... So in this case, I'm thinking I kind of want the torn edge on all four sides. Yeah, gosh, just look like he's up to no good. I don't know. He's a stinker sometimes. He's naughty. And this is from Vintage Polka Dot Shop, this red ticking. And she also does a coffee dyed one. I was thinking I ordered the coffee dyed, but I didn't. I just got the regular one, which I like. I like both. They're both very fun. Okay, so what I'm going to do, that is the front. Try to figure out like kind of where the middle is as best I can, because I want to try to have something on both sides, right? I'm just going to take my tacky glue. I'm not going to go crazy and put 10s because you don't want to put so much that it's falling down, you know, between the cracks. So kind of just keep it with your hinges, that sort of thing. And I don't put too much. And I might kind of go up the middle of some of these just so it's sticking down, not going anywhere. That one's not wanting to totally grab on right there yet. So I'm just gonna lay it down, hoping it's in the middle as much as possible. This way a little bit more. Okay, looks pretty good. I'll just put it down on those. And then just run it right down the side too. And I know I did all that inking and everything, but I just like to have everything finished off. I like to leave any unfinished edges and stuff. But if you want to see, you know, your hinges and everything, you don't have to put the fabric on at all. I just like the way it looks. It just feels more finished off to me. Alright, so I'm going to let that dry, and that's probably going to be our video for today. Let me see what we got here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and stop there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I worked on this stuff, though. I really appreciate it. And I'll come back and show you guys when it's all done. So I may do the bag with you guys just so you can see. I've done them before, but just, you know, for anybody new that wants to see kind of how I do the bags for them, that may be our project for tomorrow. But I'll get the doily and whatever else I'm going to put in here, the pockets and that part all done, and then we'll just work on the bag together next time. So I hope you guys have an awesome evening, and thanks again for all your support and your comments and just the recipes. You guys are just a lot of fun, so I really appreciate all of you. So we will chat again soon. Bye-bye now.